Forza Italia. We've heard the stories, but what does really go on at the Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi's bunga parties? Photo time. Here's one attendee. She's clearly an on-duty police officer. And then these two ladies are testing out each other's lipstick. And then these three, I'm not sure. And then there are these two dudes. Blue shoes, Elvis relative. Italian authorities recovered the pictures from laptops and cameras from women who attended parties at the home near Milan. Of course, the 74-year-old prime minister is on trial now, alleged to have paid for sex with a 17-year-old belly dancer, also known as Ruby the Heart Stealer. With us now, former prosecutor, Fox News legal analyst Arthur Aidala, and the criminal defense attorney, Tom Caniff. So aside from the fact that, as Tom mentioned before the beginning of this segment, that Italian politicians clearly have some degree of better taste than American ones, what do we make of these pictures?
I didn't hear that.
What do we make of these pictures coming out now, right in the middle of the Forza Italian prosecution?
They apparently have better parties too, Shep.
Yeah, they do.
Look, the prosecutor's going to have a field day with this because this plays in everything that they were saying about this guy, that he's reckless, that he uses his wealth, and more importantly, his position of power to kind of lure young, unsuspecting females into this sort of, Bacchanalian debauchery.
Bacchanalian debauchery?
The god of wine and revelry, right?
Of course.
That's what's going on. That's what's going on. That's what's going on in Milan. And, it's going to paint the image of this guy as a cad. The type of guy that's willing to take the type of risks that are involved with seducing an underage prostitute and thinking you can get away with it and then trying to cover it up.
So here's what's going on. In 1994, Berlusconi came into power.
Berlusconi.
It's been the only solid government that Italy has had since World War II. They were changing their governments every year.
The United States did get under Richard Nixon, too.
So he was there. He's been there since 94. He boosted their economy. He's added stability, and now they're tired of him. Shepard, you know how big the complaint is against him?
What, are you running his campaign?
Do you know how many pages the criminal complaint is? 20,000 pages is the complaint against him. And here's the thing, what people need to know. In Italy, prostitution is legal. There are no Johns. You don't get locked up. What's illegal
underage
is the illegal part of it, and what's illegal is having like a brothel, like being a pimp, basically, is illegal.
So the Italian prime minister can't also be a pimp.
He can't. He can own a soccer team. He can own the newspaper. He could be the richest man in Italy, but he can't be a pimp. And what he can't do, and what he's charged with, is being with one of these prostitutes who's underage. Now, in Italy, the underage the number is 14 years old.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be able to prove that case. It starts April 6th. One of those photos, Ed, that Berlusconi had some wild parties. They don't go to whether or not he actually had sex with an underage person, which is what he's ultimately charged with. He's also charged with calling the cops and getting her out of trouble when she got locked up.
And that may be the more serious. It's tough out there for a pimp.
Right. Look, Shep, every time there's one of these scandals involving a politician, be it Berlusconi or Bill Clinton, the defense is always, this is just, you're trying to tar and feather the guy over a sex scandal.
Right.
It starts with
We'd never do anything like that in the United States, of course. We'd never impeach anyone over.
But the problem is, the root of it may be sex, but then it goes, when it gets towards abuse of power, cover-ups, having the police quash charges against her, it's something
That's
bigger.
Different. You know who's going to be on Fox News Channel tonight during Hannity?
No.
Larry King!
Oh, wow.
Larry, can I finish? Sheboygan, hello. Larry King tonight on Hannity at 9 Eastern.